Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pronoun TV and the Stephanie Stevens Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pronoun TV and the Stephanie Stevens Show. Tonight on my game show, it's a trivia show. How smart are you? Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, and thank you so much for supporting me. And I will be now every Friday at 7:30 here live on TikTok with different chats, trivia, and my life story. And hopefully I educate you and inspire you to just be fabulous. Tonight on our game show, it's a mixed trivia. And then after the game show, later on, we're going to have a discussion about interracial relationships. And then next week, we're going to be talking about first time that I ever hooked up on Craigslist. My first experience with DL Men. That's next Friday at 7:30. But tonight we're going to start off our trivia game show with The Voice. He is now one of the head judges on The Voice. He was the king of Las Vegas at one time, and he had such great songs as We All Know. So I want to know if anybody knows this head judge. Anybody know this head judge from The Voice? From The Voice. Apparently, back in the 70s, women used to throw their panties up on the stage. Thank you guys so much for all the hearts, the loves, the gifts, the comments. Thank you. Anybody know who Mr. Las Vegas is? Hey there, pussycat. Yes. Apparently, women used to throw their panties up on the stage to this gentleman. Now, this is him when he was young. He was young and cute. And apparently he liked wearing tight pants. And you know how the tight pants looked in the 1970s. Just remember Sanford and Son and all those those were great sweatpants back in the days. Those tight nylon pants. This is Mr. Tom Jones. Mr. Tom Jones, one of the head judges on The Voice. And we love him. And for those women who threw their panties up there on the stage, we hope you had a good time in Vegas. Because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's what they say. Our next celebrity, he was artistic in the movie with Tom Cruise, The Rain Man. The Rain Man. Does anybody know who this famous cross-dressing actor is? Anybody know who Mr. Rain Man is? This cross-dressing actor. He played an artistic character in the movie with Tom Cruise. Anybody know who Rain Man is? That's right. This is Mr. Dustin Hoffman. Mr. Dustin Hoffman. He made a pretty good-looking woman back in the days. Yes, he did in the 1970s and 80s. Come on. That's Dustin Hoffman. We love us some Dustin Hoffman. Remember, I will be back here on Fridays at 7:30 for you guys with different shows, different kinds of chats. So check me out and see what I'm doing. Our next celebrity is the Queen of Mean. The Queen of Mean. If you were a maid in New York City, you hated this woman. You hated this woman because apparently she used to beat up all the maids in New York City if the rooms weren't to her liking. Anybody know who the Queen of Mean is? Anybody know who the Queen of Mean is? This lady apparently used to beat up the maids in New York City. Her husband owned all the hotels at one time. And apparently they were trying to put her in jail for tax evasion. Karma. That's it, karma. Beat up the maids. You land in jail in New York City. That's right. This is Miss Leona Helmsley, the Queen of Mean. Apparently, she likes to fight. Our next celebrity was in Tu Wong Fu. He has passed on now, and we loved him. He made a beautiful, sensible woman in Tu Wong Fu. Does anybody know who this actor is? And he looks pretty good in drag. He looks pretty good in drag. Anybody know who this famous actor is? That's right. This is Mr. Patrick Swayze from Tu Wong Fu. We loved him. If you guys have not seen that movie, Tu Wong Fu, you need to see it. Doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. You're going to laugh up a storm, mainly when you see Wesley Snipes in full drag. It's quite... Speaking of drag, this next actor has 10 children. He made all those movies from Lethal Weapon to The Clumps to Coming to America 1, Coming to America 2. Does anybody know who Mr. Hollywood Boulevard Cruising is? Anybody know who Mr. Hollywood Boulevard Cruising is? Anybody know this actor? Anybody know who this actor is? That's right. This is Mr. Eddie Murphy. Mr. Hollywood Boulevard Cruising himself, if you know what I mean. I heard about you, Eddie. We heard about you in them backdoor adventures. Yes, Eddie, get it, Eddie. Just be yourself. Speaking of being themselves, apparently this young gentleman here, which I used to watch all of his shows, apparently he was in some kind of a fit. And he was in the middle of the Hollywood Boulevard with a pistol in his Fruit of Balloon underwear, waving around, acting very odd at around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Does anybody know who this gentleman is? Anybody know who this actor is? Anybody know who this actor is? Apparently, he likes to cross-dress every now and then as Big Mama from Big Mama's House. Anybody know who this actor is? He's very funny. He does lots of different characters, and that's why I like him. Anybody know who this actor is? That's right. This is Mr. Shanae. Is it Shay? Shanae. That's right, Mrs. Shanae. Mr. Martin Lawrence. Mr. Martin Lawrence as Shanae, and this is his character from Big Mama's House. Oh, Martin Lawrence, you're very funny. If you're out there and you ever see my stuff, you're very funny. Very funny, Martin Lawrence. Our next celebrity was a chef, and he went to prison for cocaine possession. He's dead now, and I miss him because I used to watch all of his shows, and I used to love the fact that he used to travel around the world and try exotic different foods. Some of the stuff that he used to try, I wouldn't eat, but I thought he was really good looking too. He was very my type. Anybody know who this chef is? He had his own show, and he's passed on now a few years ago. And I used to always watch his shows, and I miss him. I think about his shows a lot. Actually, I watched a lot of the reruns. That's right. This is Mr. Anthony Bourdain. Mr. Anthony Bourdain. He went to prison for a while, got out of prison, got his life back on track. He's passed away now, and we will miss Mr. Anthony Bourdain. Yes, our next celebrity was cross-dressing before cross-dressing became even cross-dressing. And you would never think people in the Army would be cross-dressing. But does anybody know who this cross-Army sergeant was? Anybody know who this is? It was from a popular hit show called MASH. The show was called MASH, and this actor used to cross-dress a lot in it. Anybody know who this is? Anybody know who this is? This is Alan Alda. That's right. Klinger. Klinger used to cross-dress in the Army. I don't know how he got away with that. They made it seem like it was just so normal and nobody paid it any attention. Probably something people should be doing today. Paying people no attention. Minding your business. Keeping a focus. That's what they did in the Army. That's probably why he got away with it. Because they were keeping the focus about the war. Their agenda. And they didn't see the cross-dressing Klinger running around the camp. I loved it when he was in the wedding dress. I don't know who he was marrying. Our next celebrity. Famous and fabulous. And he was in a Broadway musical called, what was it called? I can't remember right now, but I know he was in Pulp Fiction. He was in Pulp Fiction with Lawrence Fishburne. Does anybody know who this cross-dressing actor is? Anybody know who this cross-dressing actor is? Apparently he has a 747 parked in his front yard. That's what I like. I need me a man with a 747 parked in my front yard, if you know what I mean. That's right. This is Mr. John Travolta. Mr. John Travolta. He's fabulous. A fabulous actor he is. This is his character, Mrs. Tugboat. I think that's her name. Tugboat or Thugball. I can't Cooper. Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you very much. That's right. That's Mr. John Travolta. Our next celebrity comes to us from CNN. Mr. CNN himself. He's part of the Vanderbilt Fortune. Part of the Vanderbilt Fortune. He's really cute, and he's part of the LGBT two-spirit pronoun community. And we love him, and he's good looking. You should see him with his shirt off. Oh, y'all should see Mr. CNN with his shirt off. Oh, Lord have mercy. He is something cute. I wish he liked girls like me, rich and fine. Well, he's got a baby now, so I don't know. I'm not very good with babies. I mean, I could be if he took his shirt off a few times. That's right. This is Mr. Anderson Cooper. Mr. Anderson Cooper. Oh, thank you. That's right. It was from Hairspray. John Travolta from Hairspray. Oh, my Lord. I should have knew that. That's right. This is Mr. CNN himself, Mr. Anthony. Oh my God, you threw me off. Mr. Anderson Cooper. This is Mr. Anderson Cooper, y'all from CNN. And I see y'all laughing because y'all know y'all that threw me off. Oh, very good looking and part of the Vanderbilt Fortune. Woo. Rich and good looking and got his shirt off all the time. I need me a pool boy. Speaking of pool boys, she had the biggest hit at one time from the movie 007 movie, Skyfall. Does anybody know who this woman is? She is very thin now, and she looks great. She had the movie from Skyfall. Anybody know who this singer is? Anybody know who? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No, you're out there in the middle of nowhere in the country. You're in Alabama, somewhere way out there in the middle of nowhere. That's right. This is Miss Adele. Miss Adele. This is her as a baby. She looks basically the same, except for she fixed her teeth. We love you, Adele. We love you, Miss Skyfall. That's Miss Skyfall. Now, a lot of you are not going to know who this next singer is, but if you're a Christian and you're a gospel singer lover, you're going to remember exactly who this woman is. And she had a lot of hits. She taught a lot of people positive messages about Christianity and love and acceptance, and she could sing. Anybody know who this woman is? She was, Elvis Presley learned a lot from watching her, how she sang and how she acted. That's right, this is Miss Mahalia Jackson. Miss Mahalia Jackson, the queen of gospel music. Back in 1950s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. She was fabulous. If you have never heard Mahalia Jackson and you're a Christian or you like gospel music, you need to listen to this woman because she's fabulous. Let's get y'all some music on because I know y'all probably like, where's the music? All right. Our next singer is from the 1970s. I want to give you a minute to absorb this picture because this woman really made an impact on my life, and I used to listen to all of her songs back in the days. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Does anybody know who this woman is? Anybody? She was the first woman of real rap. She did lots of songs from soap operas, Ghetto Woman. Anybody know who this woman is? I'll give you another hint. She was in the movie in Cleopatra. She was one of the singers in Cleopatra. The one with the Black Panther movie. Back in the days, in the 1970s. I know y'all are not going to get who this woman is, but she had a potty mouth. This is Millie Jackson. Miss Millie Jackson. We love us some Miss Millie Jackson. She had a potty mouth a lot like I do sometimes when I'm doing my shows. They have to slow me down. Me and Millie were a lot alike. Potty mouths. Yes, we just tell the truth. Just say what you're thinking. That's it. We just say what you're thinking. Thank you guys for all the love, the stars, the hearts, the comments. Thank you. Our next celebrity was in an entanglement with her father a few years ago about her fortune and how she was spending it and how many men she was, going through. How many men was she decided that she wanted to marry. She had this song out called Toxic. Y'all know who this woman is? Apparently, she shaved her head out of a bit of rage. Anybody know who this Queen of Toxic is? Queen of Toxic. She just got married a few months ago. Apparently, she's got her career back on track. And now she's going to do a new album challenging Beyonce's Renaissance album. Apparently. Anybody know who this young woman is? This young blonde woman is? That's right. This is Miss Britney Spears, the woman that can't keep her panties on. Remember they caught her at the gas station in Las Vegas getting out of her car with no panties on? I know it's hot in Las Vegas, but Britney, you need panties to soak up the sweat, girl. She was in Las Vegas with no panties on. It must have been really hot that day. I love Miss Britney Spears. And of course, the queen of song today is Miss Beyonce. Miss Beyonce, she did a remake of this song from this famous singer. Does anybody know who At Last is? Anybody knows who this woman is? Anybody know who made the song At Last famous first? Anybody know who this blonde woman is? She's not a white woman. A lot of people thought she was a white woman. But no, she's just as black as they come. And we love her. We love her. That's right. This is Miss Etta James. Miss Etta James. The black woman with the blonde bouffant. We love us some Miss Etta James. Miss Etta James, y'all. Our next celebrity just released a new album called Renaissance. She's got a lot of controversy with some other singer named Kelis. I don't know quite what the drama is about, but I think it's something about the milkshake brings all my boys to the yard. Something like that. And I'm not quite sure. She says that she didn't get paid or she don't own the rights to music that's not hers, but I can't quite figure out what the controversy was. As you can see, I skipped around it because I don't want them in my comments with that stuff. That's right. This is Miss Beyonce. Miss Beyonce, Church Girl. I love that song because she did it right on the nail because she knew I was a church girl. And she only knew what this church girl used to do. I mean, not used to do. Well, I used to be entangled in all kinds of late night debauchery. No more of those days, thank God. Our next singer is from Toronto. He's a cute little thing. Well, he's a little bit bigger now, but he's singing a new song from one of my favorite singers, Jimmy Somerville. And he sings this song, I Feel Love. Anybody know who this singer is? Anybody know who this sultry singer is? Anybody know who this gentleman is? Anybody know who this gentleman is? He's part of the LGBT Two-Spirit pronoun community, and we love us some Mr. Sam Smith. Mr. Sam Smith, that's right. Oh, you got it. Etta James, you got that. Yes. And this is Mr. Sam Smith. Mr. Sam Smith. We love us some Sam Smith. He's up there in New York doing his thing. Our next singer just came out as HIV positive, and he just wrote a book called Unprotected, and he's doing several different shows. He was in Kinky Boots and all kinds of other shows, and he was just on the red carpet. Anybody know who this LGBT Two-Spirit very boisterous member is? He's fabulous. I like the fact that he just tells his truth. He just tells his truth. Anybody know who this gentleman is? Oh, thank you. This is acoustic music. Acoustic. So we don't get any of that copyright stuff. Anybody know who this gentleman is? Anybody know who this gentleman is? That's right. This is Mr. Billy Porter. He was just on Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel and I think it's Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, and he's very funny, Mr. and very talented, very talented. He was one of the writers and producers for Pose. Remember that series Pose with a lot of the trans women, and he educated us a lot about trans life. We love you, Mr. Billy Porter. I take my wig off to you. Our next singer, songwriter. I worked with her in Montreal many times, and she bops all over the place, and she likes you to just tell your true colors, and she's fabulous. She's a fabulous lady to hang out with. If you ever get to hang out with this woman, I was just lucky because it was Pride one year, and they booked me to do Tina Turner with some dancers and all this stuff, and she was there as the headliner, her and the Funky Green Dog, Miss Cyndi Lauper. Yes, this woman was fabulous. We drank a whole bottle of wine together and just got tore up for Pride. We had such a good time up there. If you're watching, Cyndi, girl, I know you remember. We had a good time. That's right. This is Miss Cyndi Lauper. True Colors. Oh, yes. I can't sing, but I will try to do anything to get a couple of coins. Anyway, this is Miss Cyndi Lauper. Yes, we love her. She bopped all over the place. 1980s, 90s. Our next singer is the Round Mound of Sound, and she's part of the LGBT two-spirit pronoun community, and she's fabulous. When she was not a she was very reserved and sort of just sat around kind of sad. But when she got her wig on, it was over. She hit the stage like thunder, honey. Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who the Round Mound of Sound is? This is Divine. Divine, darling. That's right, Cyndi Lauper. Girls just wanna have fun. We wanna have a lot of fun, okay? I know that's right. And in these trying times, we need to have a good time. That's right, the Round Mound of Sound. Anybody know who this woman is? She did a movie called Polyester. Anybody know this woman? She sang many songs. I seen her 2 or 3 times at the Copa in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She was fabulous, just fabulous. She was always looking for a man. Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this woman is? The Round Mound of Sound is Divine. Divine. Lots of drag performers do this woman as an impersonation. The larger sides, queens, do a lot of Divine. And Divine was such a force and a personality. Great. I was surprised they never did Divine on Drag Race. I was surprised none of the girls ever did Divine on Drag Race. That would have been, because she was fabulous. Our next singer is from Yentl. Yentl. She charged $1,000 for a seat in the kitchen. A seat in the kitchen to hear her sing Somewhere. Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who Miss Yentl is? Anybody know who Miss Yentl is? She's fabulous. She ain't done nothing in years. I mean, when you can only do two concerts in 10 years, you doing pretty good in life. I mean, $1,000 a ticket to sit in the kitchen. I would be not sitting in the kitchen. I'd be sitting way in the back of the baseball field behind the Chinese restaurant, honey, because $1,000 a ticket, I ain't even paying. And Tina Turner's my favorite. I ain't even paying $1,000 to see Tina. I love Tina. I might pay $500, but I ain't paying $1,000. You say $1,000, I'm gonna try to jump over the fence to Tina. I'm sorry. That's right. This is Miss Barbra Streisand. Miss Barbra Streisand. Yentl. Miss Yentl herself. We love Miss Barbra Streisand, but I ain't paying no $1,000 to see you, Barbara. I'm jumping over the fence with everybody else. Our next singer upset the LGBT two-spirit pronoun community very bad, but she was such an amazing singer and very beautiful. But she ended up, at the end of her life, doing a lot of paintings. I don't know what that was about. Maybe it was anxiety and depression. But anybody know who this woman is? We used to dance and sing to She Works Hard for the Money, Last Dance, I Feel Love. This woman was beautiful. And it was tragic at the end of her life with all of the the anxiety and the depression that she was going through. But we still dancing to her music. Last Dance. I still do all those songs in my show. She was beautiful and talented, and we will just keep dancing. We will just keep dancing to this woman's music. Anybody know? That's right. This is Miss Donna Summers. Miss Donna Summers. Last Dance. You got that one? Yes. Oh, Miss Donna Summers. Beautiful woman and beautiful to look at. Our next singer is the Queen of Rock and Roll. The Queen of Rock and Roll. In 1960, she had a contentious marriage with a man named Ike. I don't know who he was quite, but I don't know who that man was. But anyway, this woman here, this Queen of Rock and Roll, had a contentious relationship with this man named Ike in 1960s. And they had a fight in the back of a limousine where she jumped out and, took control of her life. Anybody know who this Queen of Rock and Roll is? The Queen of Rock and Roll. She's got more legs than a bucket of chicken. Remember what this name said in Tijuana? I got more legs than a bucket of chicken, and I'm going to get a ride to town. Well, this woman had legs, and she performed with all the greats. Rod Stewart, and all the rest of them. That's right, this is Miss Tina Turner. She taught, from the, how to dance. I can't believe I'm going blank with all this stuff. This stuff is embedded in my memory, and I should remember. That's right, this is the Queen of Rock and Roll, Miss Tina Turner. We love us some Miss Tina Turner, y'all. I'm still doing her to this day. She made my whole career. Tina Turner, Janet Jackson, Patti LaBelle, Dionne Warwick, Diana Ross, all the 80s stars kept me working for years and will keep me working for years. Our next celebrities, 3 of them. Now, this was one of the richest man, it still is because his show is still doing well, but he's passed on a long time ago. Anybody know who this gentleman is and who this woman is? Was a Broadway singer. She was in the movie with Julia Roberts, Dolly Parton, and I'll remember it in a minute. And this woman is New York. She's fabulous. She used to dance and sing all over the place. Now, this is Shirley MacLaine, and this is Liza Minnelli, and this is David Griffin. David Griffin, a billionaire. Back in the days, he was a billionaire. Oh, there's so many billionaires now. Why can't I find me a billionaire? What is the problem in Toronto? Where are the billionaires? What? Judy Garland. No, this is Liza Minnelli. This is, I forgot what I said her name was. Shirley MacLaine. This is Shirley MacLaine. And this is David Griffin. On the David Griffin show when he was alive, way back. If you're very young, you wouldn't know who this gentleman is, but he was the king of talk, and he owned everything. And he was gay, and that was, and these were celebrities that were on his show. Liza Minnelli and Shirley MacLaine. Fabulous. Our next celebrity, he does a lot for HIV and AIDS all around the world. And every year after the Oscars and the Emmys, he always does this big party to raise money to help people with their medications and whatever else needs they need when it comes to HIV and AIDS. Anybody know who I'm Still Standing is? Anybody know who I'm Still Standing is? Anybody know who this gentleman is? He's married to a Canadian, and they live somewhere in England in a castle. Oh, I wish he would invite me up there to that castle. I want to take a tour of a real mansion, and I would love to see a castle. Now, I've never been in a $40 million house, so invite me over, Madonna or Cardi B. Y'all invite me over so I can walk around. That's right, Mr. Elton John. Mr. Elton John. I would love to see what these estates really look like. That's my dream. I hear that I'm going to Los Angeles in November. That's what I heard. And maybe I'll have a little tour of a mansion, and I'll be able to show y'all me first time in one of these 30 or 40 $1 million mansions. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine walking around a $40, $50 million mansion? Some of the celebrities are like, well, mine cost 70. That's right. This is Mr. Elton John. Mr. Elton John living in a castle with his man. Yes! He's part of the LGBTQ spirit pronoun community. Our next celebrity is the Queen of Supreme. She's reached out and touched. Anybody know who this well-dressed celebrity is? She's fabulous. She's beautiful. She's talented. She's about 78, 79 years old now. And she's still going. I still see her on tour. I impersonate her from every now and then. She used to be the lead singer of the Supremes. Anybody know who I'm Coming Out is? I'm Coming Out. I came out a long time ago in like 1982. Something like that. I ain't gonna tell y'all my age. I'm sure y'all have heard me many times say that. Anybody know who Miss Supreme is? That's right. This is Miss Diana Ross. Miss Diana Ross, the boss. We love Miss Diana Ross. She did a great tribute to Marvin Gaye with this song called Missing You. Miss Diana Ross is fabulous, and she still looks good to this day. I saw her at one of those things, one of those shows, and she was performing. Still classy and fabulous. Our next singer is passed on as well, but he had the biggest hit in the world, and Mr. Thriller himself. Anybody know who Thriller is? Anybody remember Thriller? Thriller. He had Vincent Price in there and several other different celebrities, and it was directed by Mr. John Landis. Mr. John Landis was the director of Thriller. Anybody know who Mr. Thriller is? This is Thriller. I was about to say something else, and I thought, no, I better not even do that, because we don't want to get banned on here. That's right, Mr. Thriller. He had such songs as Wanna Be Starting Something, Beat It, Billie Jean, Black and White. I could go on. That's right. This is Mr. Michael Jackson from Thriller. You remember that? You remember we used to all do this? Our next celebrity is 925. 925. And she's looking for a woman named Jolene. Jolene. She's looking for a woman named Jolene. Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this blonde bombshell is? With big breasts, big hair, and a big attitude, but she can sing because she's got a big voice. Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this woman is? Country music legend. That's right, this is Miss Dolly Parton. We love us some Miss Dolly Parton. I take my wig off to you, Dolly. I take my wig off to you. You're fabulous. You really are. You're fabulous. I see all the great things that you have done for those towns around you. And nobody even knew. I knew. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you. Miss Dollywood. Yes, Miss Dollywood. And speaking of Dollywood and Over the Rainbow, she's got a new attitude. A new attitude. And every drag queen and performer I know does this woman's song. She has pies in Walmart. She has sweet potato pies, peach cobbler pies, all in Walmart. Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this singer is? Over the Rainbow, new attitude. Stir it up. Yes, that's right. This is Miss Patti LaBelle. And you guys have got to get out and get you some of them patty pies. Get you some of them patty pies at Walmart. They're delicious. And we don't get them too often up here, so I have to call the Walmart and ask them, do they get them patty? You got to change things in Canada because we need some more of them patty pies up here. Every time I call the store, they're talking about they don't have any. They only had one shipment. Lord have mercy, I don't know what happened. But anyway, we need them patty pies up here, Patti LaBelle. Okay. That's right, Miss Over the Rainbow. This is Miss Patti LaBelle. Her voice is just incredible. Incredible. I take my wig off to you, Patty. I take my wig off to you. I do you all the time in my shows. I did a little impersonation of you. I hope you appreciated it. I hope I did a good job because I know you would be a telling me in my comments if I didn't. So I try to do Patty right. Whenever I'm doing a celebrity, I try to do the celebrities as natural and realistic as possible. I understand that this is drag, but I live in a realistic world, and celebrities don't look like clowns. Not the ones that I know, not the ones that I impersonate. I mean, I know a lot of them have had massive surgeries, but I like to look as true to the artist as possible. Me. Speaking of true to the artist, our next celebrity is 63 years old, and she's got herself a boy toy. And I love it because lots of celebrities could learn something from this woman. This woman is very smart. And does anybody know who the Queen of Vogue is? The Queen of Vogue. That's right, Mr. Willie Ninja taught this woman how to Vogue. And it became one of the biggest hits back in the days. Miss Papa Don't Preach. La Isla Bonita. Like a prayer. Yes, that one caused all kinds of controversy. That's right. This is Madonna, a very smart woman. Very smart. What are you doing it, Madonna? I love watching you, girl. Just keep creating that controversy, because every time you do, it says ka-ching. And these celebrities don't have a clue. They think you lost your mind. I know you're smart. You're teaching me so much. We love us some Madonna. That's right, the Queen of Vogue. She's got her little boy toy. I might have to get me one. I ain't had one in a while, but with all this COVID and monkeypox going around, I got to be careful. This next woman took control of her life. She just had a baby a few years ago, and she is fabulous. I do her all the time in my shows because I just admire her and I look up to her and I just think that she's great. And she's part of that clan, that famous clan. Anybody know who the Queen of Control is? The Queen of Control. She does this other song, Made for Now. That's the way love goes. Oh, y'all know we made love to that many nights. Oh, yes. Anybody know who this woman is? She's still dancing up a storm to Black Cat, Rhythm Nation. Anybody know who this woman is? 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 That's right. This is Miss Janet Jackson. She's in full control. Yes, Janet, we love you. I know you see a lot of my stuff, but I hope I'm doing you proud when I'm doing your impersonations of you. I try to do things the correct way, but we love Miss Janet Jackson. She just doing her thing. Yes, Escapade, yes. And when I think of you, y'all know, when I think of you. Oh, I love that one. Our next singer is from the 80s. And she's looking for a new love. Now, a lot of you might not know who this woman is, but she's famous and she's fabulous. I haven't seen her do nothing in many years. Anybody know who this beautiful songstress is? Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this 1980s chart hitter is? She was fabulous and beautiful. And she's looking for a new love. I'm looking for a new love, baby. They better not get me to sing. I have to shut the show down. I can't sing at all. Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this woman is? That's right. This is Miss Jody Watley. Miss Jody Watley looking for a new love. We love us some Miss Jody Watley. Beautiful, talented. We don't know what she's doing right now. Our next songstress had this song out called Old Friend. She was beautiful, a Chicago native. Anybody know who this woman is? She had a song called Old Friends. She also did another song called Blackbird. Blackbird, Blackbird, Blackbird. Y'all know who this woman is? Y'all know who this woman is? Beautiful. She could scat on the microphone like nobody else. If you ever seen this woman in concert, she shut it down because she just knew how to entertain. She was beautiful and great to look at. That's right. This is Miss Chicago native herself, Miss Phyllis Hyman. Miss Phyllis Hyman, old friend. Oh, all the queens and all the girls do her songs. This woman is very talented, well, was very talented and very beautiful. And we will miss you, Miss Phyllis Hyman. We will miss you. She has passed on. Our next celebrity she did a remake to Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You. And we miss her too because she's passed on. It's so strange. A lot of the great singers and songwriters have passed away at very young ages. This is very strange. But anyway, I'm thinking the government probably have to look into some of these suspicious passaways from these celebrities, because you're thinking about 30, 40, 50 years old. They should be still here writing music. Well, anyway, anybody know who this woman is? I Will Always Love You. The greatest love of all. Anybody knows who this How Will I Know superstar is? How will I know? Oh my God, I could go on. I do all of her songs all the time. We love this woman. Anybody know who this superstar songstress is? She was married to Bobby Brown from New Edition, which we all found very concerning for a very long time, because they said that this person in this group was part of the problem with this woman. So we don't know quite what happened, but she's passed on now. We miss her because we learn from the best, because she's the queen of the night. Anybody know who this singer is? Anybody know who this singer is? Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this woman is? That's right. This is Miss Whitney Houston. Miss Whitney Houston. Miss How Will I Know? I know she looks a little different there. That's probably why you guys didn't get it so fast. Thank you guys so much for joining me here on Pronoun TV and the Stephanie Stevens Game Show. Coming up right after this, I will be having a live discussion about my interracial relationships, because you guys have asked me. So now I will be on Fridays at 7:30, and I will try to do 2 shows for you, the game show, and then we will talk about something that is more interesting, educational, and inspiring. And hopefully somewhere along the line, I teach you something, or I show you a little bit of my life, and it can help you and others out there about my experiences. Next week, 7:30, I will be back with a trivia game show. And then afterwards, I will be talking to you about me, my first time ever hooking up on Craigslist, which is no longer anymore. But I wanted to talk to you guys about that because I've been digging into the world of escorting and hookups to really educate people about what people really do behind closed doors, which is nobody's business. But I want to show you the responses and the experience that I had. So that way, if you are doing these things, because you're not alone. Trust me, after 12 o'clock, my email box and my phone light up like a candle. I mean, not anymore, because I'm a lot smarter now. But I don't want to lie and say that I've never hooked up with a DL man or a straight man, or say I haven't, escorted, or to say I haven't, got money for sex. These are things that are unrealistic. So, and it's not that I'm here telling you all of my business. I'm just here to explain this was my experience, and this is what I learned from it. So hopefully it educates you. Our next celebrity, we have a few more to go. My next celebrity comes to us from the pageant world. As you guys know, Miss Continental is coming up Labor Day weekend starting September 3rd in Chicago, Illinois, where all of the most beautiful and famous female impersonators from around the world will take part in one of the biggest competitions for drag performers, trans performers, and everybody included under that umbrella of pronouns. That's Labor Day weekend in Chicago, the Miss Continental pageant, and Miss Continental Elite, Mr. Continental, and Miss Continental Plus. But this woman had a scandal back in the 1980s. She was the second Black Miss America. Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this woman is? Apparently, she was in a magazine, Penthouse, Playboy, one of them, in a lesbian entanglement, or that's what it looked like to the organization. At the end of the day, she ended up winning from all of it anyway. Save the best for last. Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this woman is? This beautiful black pageant queen. Beautiful. Just stunning. Look at that. Just stunning. And looks so great with the crown and the scepter on and all that. Oh, Lord. Maybe one day I'll do a pageant of some kind. It'll probably have to be an elite. Because you know, when a girl's over a certain age, you can't just enter the young girl's pageant. You got to get in the elite, if you know what I mean. That's right. This is Miss Vanessa Williams, the second Black Miss America. Because I heard that there was a Black Miss America in 1960. They don't talk much about that. But because she was light-skinned and they just considered her white, and nobody talks about that. But apparently, the first Black Miss America was in 1960-something. This is Vanessa Williams. Vanessa Williams. We love us some Vanessa Williams, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Our next celebrity created a reality show empire for the young children to just be themselves. And if she didn't like something that you were wearing or you were saying, she asked you to sashay away. She wants you to sashay away. Anybody know who this reality superstar is? Out of drag, he looks like the Black Pee Wee Herman. But we love him because he has created an outlet for the young people to just be themselves. To just be themselves. And hopefully with this pandemic and all this stuff is not going on, not just to be themselves with a fault, because strange things are happening in the world today. But if she doesn't like something that you say, she wants you to sashay away. And you don't get the $200,000 that is up for grabs. That's right, that is Mr. RuPaul. Mr. RuPaul. He's created an outlet for the young children. Our next singer, she's passed on too. And apparently, I'll say this afterwards, I didn't like the fact that the way they buried her, they showed her with these red high-heel shoes on that were too big. She's the Queen of Soul, the Queen of Soul. And I thought it was very strange. They kept showing these red high-heel shoes in this coffin with this woman. Anybody know who the Queen of Soul is? She's worked with the Blues Brothers, and she sang for all of the presidents for decades. Anybody know who the Queen of Soul is? The Queen of Soul. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you guys for all the love, the respect. Keep tapping that screen and all the love and the rewards or whatever, however this thing here works with the rewards and all that. I appreciate anything you give me, anything you send. I'm happy. So thank you. You don't need to do it if you don't want to. I'm good. But if you want to, just keep tapping, keep sending those gifts. Thank you. Now, this is the Queen of Soul, Miss Aretha Franklin from the Blues Brothers. Remember when she did that song, Think? Yes, Miss Aretha Franklin. We love Miss Aretha Franklin. She could cook too. Our next celebrity, he wants to send you into space, and he wants you to have cheap cars, and he wants you to use electric energy to get where you need to go. He just bought Twitter, and now he's in an entanglement with Twitter because he says that they didn't tell him the truth about how many real subscribers are on Twitter. Can you imagine buying something for $44 billion? Oh my God, I have a hard time buying something for $44. And mainly, I have to think. When you live alone, you have to think about things. But he bought Twitter for $44 billion. Is he gay? Is Elon Musk gay? No, he's got children. He's got like 5 children. I was going to say if he's gay and he likes girls like me, you know, I'm available, Elon, if you're not married and if you're part of the LGBT two-spirit pronoun community. I don't think he is. But, you know, I want to go to space too. Space, I would consider that like Valentino or Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga, or whatever that store is called, Balenciaga. And I want to go to all the stores Kim Kardashian goes to. Yeah. Elon, I want to go to those stores. How you doing, Mr. Space Explosion? I'm being silly, y'all. Sorry. That's right. This is Mr. Elon Musk. Mr. Elon Musk. Our next celebrity is part of he's a comedian and he has his own talk show. Anybody know who this gentleman is? He's a famous comedian. Anybody know who Mr. Trevor North is? Mr. Trevor North. He's a comedian and talk show host. And we love him. I had to get that out before I forgot because I'm still laughing about the Elon Musk thing, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't help it. When a rich man comes on screen or I get close to one, I just get excited and giddy. I don't know what to do with myself because I love to shop. I want to shop till I fall completely out. Even if I don't need it, I want it. Speaking of pageant queens, now a lot of you might not know who this girl is. This trans woman is. She was a trailblazer in the trans community for many, many, many decades. She came to Toronto many times to help me out with the pageant system. If there's some continental queens on here or people in Chicago, you might know who this young woman is. But I put her in the show tonight because she really inspired me to just be a good person and to do the right thing and to just keep going. And she was Miss Continental Plus. And she was a fabulous entertainer. And I don't know if any of you out there are going to know who this woman is. She's passed away now. Anybody know who this woman is? From Miss Continental Plus. Miss Continental Plus. This woman, she was fabulous. She was a great entertainer, and she died a few years ago from some complications to something. And we didn't get quite the story, so I'm not able to tell you guys the whole story. I just know that they called me and told me that she passed away, and I was very sad because she came to Toronto many times, 3 or 4 times, to help me get the pageant systems going here. That's right. This is Miss Tanisha Cassadine from the Continental Pageantry System. She was fabulous. If you guys would have met her, she was fabulous. She knew how to do drag. She knew how to do drag. She used to always tell me, stop that cross-dressing and put that makeup on and them wigs. Speaking of putting makeup and wigs on, this woman, this next celebrity, is part of the Hilton fortune. And apparently she has a X-rated video out like Kim Kardashian. Apparently this woman has a naked video out. Have you guys seen it? Have y'all seen her naked video? I heard she was upside down. Sideways. Not sideways. Upside down. What do they call that? Upside down. Missionary. Sideways. I don't know, but I heard that she has a porn movie out. This woman here. Anybody know who this woman is as part of the Hilton fortune? Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this beautiful woman is? Apparently, she's so skinny she can run around in the shower and get wet. Anybody know who she is? Anybody know who this woman is? This is Miss Paris Hilton. Apparently, she has a porn movie out. Why would you do a porn movie and you're part of the Hilton fortune? What are you doing that for? She just got married. I heard, and she's doing okay. Our next celebrity stole all the money from the seniors in Florida. This woman stole all of the senior citizens' money in Florida and then ran back to Jamaica. Does anybody remember this woman? She used to make strange phone calls in the middle of the evening, pretending to be a psychic. Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this woman is? She stole all the money from the seniors in Florida. I don't know if you guys are going to remember her. It's been a long time. They used to have her on television, and all of the comedians used to make fun of this woman because she used to steal all the money all the time. She would call you in the middle of the night, and she used to love calling black people. And they'd be like, who? Who is this? Who is this? And her slogans were so funny. But anyway, that's right. This is Miss Cleo. This is Miss Cleo. Bye-bye. Thank you for stopping by. I'm almost done anyway. This is Miss Cleo. Miss Cleo, she stole all the money from the senior citizens in Florida and tried to run back to Jamaica. They went and got her. They went and got her. I don't know if she's alive now or not, but I know that the U.S. government went and got her because she stole all the money from the senior citizens in Florida. This is Miss Cleo. If you guys have never heard of Miss Cleo, you should go on YouTube, Google her name, and listen to some of the stuff she used to do. It was hilarious. I don't know how she made people give her money. It was very funny. The next celebrity, we're almost done. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today to my game show, How Smart Are You? Right after this, we will be having a little chat about interracial relationships. This woman is the Iron Lady. Anybody know who the Iron Lady is? The Iron Lady. They probably could use her now that Boris Yeltsin has left. Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this woman is? That's right. This is Miss Margaret Thatcher. They can probably use Miss Margaret Thatcher right about now. But I think she's too old now to be doing politics. But she did a great job when she was in the House. The next queen of song is Miss Fenty herself. This is Miss Fenty, and she's on the red carpet. Miss Fenty. Anybody know who Miss Fenty is? Anybody know who Miss Fenty is? She's worth $1 billion. She's one of the second billionaires from Barbados. One of the second billionaires from Barbados. Anybody know who this young woman is? She just had a baby. She just had a baby. Fabulous. Beautiful to look at. I watched her do a skincare commercial with no makeup on, and she was putting a little bit, she was beautiful up close, just beautiful to look at. That's right, this is Miss Rihanna. Miss Rihanna from Barbados. Very beautiful to look at. $1 billion face. $1 billion face. Yes. Everybody's a billionaire. What happened to my billions? I know y'all hear me out there, Netflix and Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry and all you other billionaires. How y'all got so much money and I'm over here trying to make it? Speaking of trying to make it, here we have a pole vaulter from 1979. He is now a she, and he's part of the Kardashian clan. Anybody know who she is? Anybody know who this woman is? Anybody know who this pole vault jumping woman is? That used to be a he. She's a she now. That's right, this is Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner. I don't know if she's part of the LGBT two-spirit pronoun community now that she has become a she. I haven't got quite the story on that, but I'm going to look into that. I don't know if she's part of the LGBT two-spirit pronoun community. Maybe pansexual or I can't do. I don't want to guess it. I don't want to guess it because she'll be in my comments. Let me have it. That's right, Miss Caitlyn Jenner. Please explain to us what pronoun you are. Can you imagine? All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me here on Pronoun TV and my trivia show. I'm Stephanie Stevens. Nice to meet you guys. I will be back here next Friday at 7:30, and I will be on right after this with a little chat about interracial relationships and what I have experienced. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope I taught you something, and if not, I hope at least I gave you a moment to have a little time to yourself, or I educated you a little bit on maybe some of the celebrities you didn't know. And until then, my friends, thank you guys so much. Thank you all for all the gifts. Thank you for all the love and the comments. Have a great night, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you right after this. If you want to just chat and talk, I'll be around for a little while. And remember, next Friday I will be back at 7:30 with my little interesting story about the first time I ever hooked up on Craigslist. Also, the game show with another little twist. Good night, everybody.